Welcome to Ellie Goldsmith's Relationship Flow. We are, congratulations, at the climax. That's correct. In the Shovavim Relationship Flow series, this is part 7. This is an important addition. Not only are we doing all the previous classes and applying everything we spoke about, at least on some level, maybe listen over again if you forget, but it's very important to listen. That was our previous class. To integrally listen, to be honest and truthful with your listening, to really learn to listen to the other person in the relationship, to listen to your soul level. This is what we've been writing in our new book that's going to be announced, United Souls. And hopefully by next year, Shovavim will have the book out, so you can go reference it there. That will be a big climax for me. But also, climax has to be in the relationship. There has to be moments of upliftment and inspiration and climax within the intimate life where a person experiences a deep form of pleasure, and that takes, like everything, mindfulness, intention to really bring out and to understand how Hashem has made the creator, the Borei Olam, the true source of all pleasure, has created the relationship that it should be a pleasurable experience, the emotional level, the physical level, the spiritual level, the unification that a person can create. And I start off with the emotional level because, as we've mentioned many times, that once you're emotionally connected, then you can, all the other levels open up, the physical level, the in spiritual level. And it's very important to invest a lot of time on your midos, on your character traits, and how you relate to the other person and the soulmate in the situation, where you are able to be respectful and loving and caring and dedicated, and all the good things we've spoken already in the last 6 parts of giving over encouragement and being proactive, not reactive, and building goals and dreams together to work towards, to be able to be more effective in relationship and energy management, and to bring that into a positive environment in the home, that you can apply all the different skills you've learned over the years of relationships, and be very real that there's also times on, times off, that there's a halakhic base, there's rules in terms of when to be with the relationship, and that obviously you have to learn properly, and it's best to actually go to a professional rabbi, someone who really knows what he's talking, or she knows what she's talking about, and to really internalize on a daily and monthly level what is the schedule of a spiritual relationship that manifests in real spiritual manifestations, so bringing down children, bringing down souls, in terms of once there is that unification, that is a tremendous opportunity for every human being, and gives you partnership in creation, that you are also a procreator, and to not underestimate what that force and that beauty and that holiness is all about. So then once a person has hopefully done that inner work, and I ask for forgiveness for any sounds around me, but with the tram, and I'm walking on my way back from our weekly jog, I wanted to climax this Shovavim class with an opportunity for you guys to give back feedback on this whole Shovavim series, and to remind everyone that there has to be that mutual collaborative experience in relationships. It has to be something which is with will, with ability to come together as one, and it's something which is an opportunity for everybody out there to really home in on their heart level. What is my relationship about? Is it something that's growing? Do I have a growth mindset? Do I love the other person? Excuse the sound. Do I care about them? Am I thinking about them in positive ways? And if I'm not, am I working on where I'm lacking in the relationship? And this kind of development, instead of blame game, or nowadays, with the Corona challenge, using the seemingly difficult times we're in to take out frustrations on the other person, instead of being real that you are frustrated in some way or another. You can't do as much as it used to, seemingly. But you now have the opportunity to turn that around, and that's the power of Shovavim, that it gives us ability to return, to really believe in the power of the soul, to be free of this exile and this unfree experience of what's going on right now in the world, where we are seemingly limited. For example, I can't see my family, as we mentioned before, in London, and all kinds of situations where relationships constructs have had to be rethought. But that reevaluation is really, really important, and reviewing everything we've spoken about, going over, is really important. That's why it's a series. So it gives you a format of 7 parts to go over. And that's the idea of a week, 7 days, to go over what happened during the week, to internalize. Shabbos is the purpose of these 6 weeks and these seven days that we have. There's like in the same thing in the weekday. There's also on the 7-week level. There's also a pattern like we have with Shavuos. There's a process of 7 weeks of work, where really the 7th week is now internalization. Just like Shabbos, the 7th day is internalization. And these patterns give us opportunity to reach new levels, which would be the 8th level, where we now become unified. That's the idea of the sphere of counting the 7 weeks, 7 days times 7, and you get to that 49th day, then you go into the 50th level, which is already internalization. These are spiritual patterns that exist within time, and Shovavim has a hidden version of that, which manifests in the parshas of Truma, Tetzaveh, and Purim with Kitzisa, and that we have the opportunity to now go inside to really experience what the relationship is all about, to bring it into our home, to our Mishkan, Ma'at, our small temple of the home that we have, where we have a setup of spiritual voda. You have to understand that everything in the house, and we'll talk about this in the next few weeks of relationship flow, not as part of the Shovavim series, but maybe we'll return back to the intimacy series of bringing it into our home and understanding how the house is built in a spiritual format that has all the tools to have light, like the menorah, and to have the shulchan, like the lechem ponim, the spiritual bread, to understand that the physical and the emotional and spiritual is all laid out with a spiritual format, so that the microcosm fits the macrocosm of the ultimate way a dwelling should be in this world, so that the divine presence, the oneness, the unity that we talk about should manifest in your relationship in all different ways, through when you eat and when you sleep and when you drink. It all has holiness, as we've mentioned before. So once you understand there's a certain holiness, there's a certain elevation that you're experiencing of oneness, and you can bring that into everything. You can bring that into your business, into your practical life. It doesn't have to be such mystical concepts, because the reality is that it's the most mundane daily occurrences that really have the most deep spiritual source. And as we mentioned in these 6-7 weeks, and especially the relationship flow, especially when done with intention and understanding and dedication and care. So since we're at the climax, we're going to end off now, and my request now is everyone should review, go over, be real, go through your relationship goals and really internalize them. And now we come back together, hopefully, excuse the bird, we come back together again with an intimacy relationship flow, and going ahead to really have everything we need. Amen.